Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Eternal Midnight. I am your host, Santino. There will be no Chad here today. It's just going to be me. Um, and today I thought I would do something different. Because with WandaVision coming up, and well, it's already here, and the MCU hype train starting to go full steam ahead again, I thought I would do something different for this channel. Because Eternal Midnight has always been a YouTube channel about movies, but it's also very much a celebration of nerd culture and geek culture. So I thought I would do something different here. I thought I would review the figures that I collect, and I'm a big Scarlet Witch fan and a big MCU fan in general. So I thought I would review my action figures that I got from Scarlet Witch, and just let you know what you guys think in the comments below. Because this is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm sorry if the light is not really the best or there's background noise, because this is the first time I'm reviewing a figure, or two figures actually. But I just wanted to do something different for the channel, and I wanted to see if you guys vibe with it. And if you guys do, if you all do, let me know so I can continue doing this, because I think it would be a great way to expand, and I have a lot more figures I can review. So let me know. So right now we're gonna focus on Scarlet Witch herself, because WandaVision right now is very prominent in the MCU as we progress, and the first 3 episodes have been amazing as of this recording. So basically, before we get into it itself, we'll take a look at the figures that have been present that I own right now. So this is before we get into the main course, which are the Hot Toys action figures. So background on Hot Toys. Hot Toys is like this limited series collector's edition figures, which based on the movies. So I have 2, the Age of Ultron Wanda and the Civil War Wanda, and those 2 are two of my favorite figures, and they are really, really good in my opinion. But before we get into that, I'll just show you a little appetizer. This is one of my first Scarlet Witch figures I ever got. This was Marvel Legends Scarlet Witch. It was based off her appearance in the comics, as well as the Funko Pop itself. So these 2 are really, really special in my heart, because they have the comic accurate version of Scarlet Witch, which in my opinion is really, really cool, because this is the comic accurate Scarlet Witch, and we haven't had a comic accurate Scarlet Witch in the MCU thus far. Let me rephrase that. We haven't had a Scarlet Witch in her comic accurate costume. I know WandaVision teased it, but so far that's all we have. That's all we've had, a little tease of like, oh, hey, Wanda might appear in her comic accurate costume, but so far nothing yet. So these 2 are really special because they have her comic accurate look, and so far I think these 2 are the best, because this is Wanda in her very first appearance with the little mouth guard at the bottom, or much of a mouth guard. I think it's just like something that makes the helmet better. And this is Wanda in her more modern comic appearance, which I think is really cool. But these are just appetizers, as I said. These are just like previews, because we're all going on to the main course, which are the figure reviews themselves. So I'll put this over here so that it's not too distracting. I'll put the little bobble-haired Scarlet Witch over here, and let's get on to the main review while I drink some water first. Okay, so one of the very first figures I've ever gotten was the Age of Ultron Wanda, this is her outfit, which she wore in the movie Avengers Age of Ultron, released 2015. And in my opinion, it is underrated, because you get a lot of like good accessories with the figure. At the same time, you get an awesome look of Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch. So let me unbox it so that you guys can see what it looks like. So it's a slipcase. So there's Wanda in her little case there, right there. And let me just box this. Come on. Real quick, the design at the back is her headpiece, which means that back then they were also teasing that, hey, Scarlet Witch might appear in her actual comic accurate costume. And I really hope that in WandaVision they do that. Alright. So here's Wanda, Age of Ultron Wanda, out of the packaging. Now, I got her off really cheap because her jacket, which is a common thing with a lot of Age of Ultron Wandas, has super bad flaking. Flaking is a term in the collectible community when the accessory of the, like, if a figure is wearing a jacket like Neo or Yondu, it's prone to flake if it's exposed long term to cold temperatures. So I had this, like, well, in the Philippines sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's really cold, so the jacket would really crack sometimes. But back then when I got it, it was intact. But now, of course, if you look at it, the jacket is not that good. But the jacket's just one flaw, despite that. And I've had Age of Ultron Wanda for 2 years now. So it's not that big. I mean, like, well, it is noticeable, but overall, the figure is amazing. So let me just put her here. While I take out the accessories that I would emphasize and show. Put this up here so that you can have a nice background and it's not just me. All right. So here is Age of Ultron Wanda. And the thing with this, okay, so see, this is what I'm talking about. The lighting is not that good, and I hope if you guys like my reviews, I will get better lighting. So I'll put it closer up. So here's Age of Ultron Wanda, and in my opinion, I think it's an underrated figure. Why? Because I see the likeness of Elizabeth Olsen here. It is really it is brilliant from the fact that she was wearing emo makeup in Age of Ultron, and they really captured that from the right down to the necklace that appears right here between her neckline, her hemline. It really emphasizes, oh, this is Scarlet Witch, and she has her necklace, and this was her jacket that she wore. And I think that's really good stuff. I mean, like, yeah, the joints are noticeable in her legs, and yeah, you can see that it's really it's really old. It's an old figure, but I think it's a really classic figure because, in my opinion, the head sculpt is still like one of the most accurate I've ever seen, at least in my opinion. A lot of collectors do have their varying opinions on the Scarlet Witch, but for my money, I think it's good. Despite it looking bad with the flaking, it is still pretty poseable, and I think I can pose well here. I mean, okay, I can hold Wanda up here, and let me pose. So she comes with various hands, but for the sake of a short video, or a relatively short video, I won't showcase all of them. I'll just showcase the ones that need to be shown so that you can, if you ever buy this figure, which I think it goes for a decent price on Amazon or Big Bad Toy Store for international sales. It goes for a decent price. For people in the Philippines where I live, you can find a decent Age of Ultron Wanda on Carousel and Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of people selling Age of Ultron Wanda at a decent enough price. Hot Toys are pretty expensive, so it is Age of Ultron Wanda costs 10,000 pesos, which in US dollars is, I'd say, about $250. And that's pretty cheap considering usually Hot Toys markups are like $350 or $375. But this Age of Ultron one is pretty good. I mean, like, you have her comic accurate dress, her accentuated, almost made her fall. Her accentuated shoes and heels, and then what's really unique about this is you have her magic effects. You know, these are the hex effects that she uses when she's moving objects or she's the thing obvious in the air. So I think, it's really well done. If you put it here, you can see, you can have a little effect piece going on to show that she's using her powers. So when I pose my Scarlet Witch or my Wanda from Age of Ultron, I always have her in this one pose showcasing her power, and it's her outstretched hand with this other accessory. Now the special accessory, which I think really makes the figure pop, is the heart of Ultron. So Ultron's heart is part of this accessory, and I think that's really good because it shows that the Hot Toys was really accurate with their scene placement, and sorry, not scene placement, with their screen accuracy. So if you put Ultron's heart there, you have a nice, really good shot of Wanda with the heart of Ultron, and at the same time using her effect. Now, again, the camera quality combined with the light is not so good, which I know is a big thing because you're showcasing a figure. So I'll move her closer so you can see it. And I'll bring the light a bit higher. So yes, this is Age of Ultron Wanda with one hand holding the heart of Ultron and the other hand holding the other hand using her hex effects. So despite the jacket, it is a pretty good figure because it has a couple of good accessories, and at the same time, it also has a nice, ring towards the, has a nice ring towards the costume itself. I guess I don't know. I'm struggling to find words because I've never really done this before, but the way I see it, it really is a figure that if you're a Scarlet Witch fan, you should have. Like, this is a pretty good starter figure for collecting Hot Toys. It's this one right here because you have her heart and you have her magic effects, and you can do various poses. I mean, like, you can take this out and you can do you can combine her magic to like that, to like she's conjuring magic, like right there. It's like a nice simple power pose to showcase, oh, it's Scarlet Witch. And then this would look great on your shelf. If you're a collector of Hot Toys, this would look very great on your shelf. And you're gonna have her looking off into this direction, so she's about to cast a spell on someone, or she's about to mind control Thor or Iron Man, which I think is pretty impressive. But despite that, if I had to really sum this up, I think the hardest thing about this is maintaining the jacket itself, because I mean, if you look at it from this angle, it looks terrible. It really does. So my advice is always keep it in a warm temperature. That was my mistake. I put it in cold temperatures, or I left it by an open window. So when the cold air would blow in, on December nights, it would affect the jacket and it would flake and would crack. So my advice is keep it in a warm case, a glass case, when it comes to leather jackets like this, because man, you really need to. I'm really sorry. But despite the flaking jacket, the head sculpt itself is great. You can get very good posability. I'll show you the posability right now. You can move her legs like that. You get 90-degree ankle articulation. So forward and backward. So forward and backward. And then you have great crunch articulation, so that you can move her up and down, side to side. I don't want to break it too much because she's pretty already messed up. So you have forward crunches, backward crunches, leg movement, arm movement. As you've seen, you can have two accessories at once, or you can have one accessory to showcase, oh, she's using her power. And I feel that is emphasized well in this. Despite that, though, there is the flaw also of the joints exposed, which is an issue, because if you want, Hot Toys prides themselves on accurate movie masterpiece action figures. The problem is, though, when you're limited to the materials you use, sometimes the joints will show, and that's really distracting. But other than that, it's okay. So yes, if you are a big fan of Scarlet Witch and you're a big fan of the MCU and you want to collect your Avengers set, this is a very good figure to start with, because it's simple, it's cheap, it doesn't go up that much in stores right now because a lot of people look for the Civil War Scarlet Witch, which is a rare item, and you have to move heaven and earth to find that. But the Age of Ultron Wanda, in my opinion, it's a really good starter figure, and you should definitely check it out. Now, I will move on to my more favorite Scarlet Witch figure, in my opinion. But this is also pretty good, but I think the Civil War Scarlet Witch figure outclasses it in every way possible. Give me a second. Now, this is the Civil War Scarlet Witch figure. Now, fun fact about this is a rare item because a lot of people didn't pre-order Civil War Scarlet Witch because they liked the version of Age of Ultron Wanda better. But it came to pass that as Infinity War and Endgame came out, the Civil War Wanda was more sought after because Wanda never changed her outfit. She only changed her hair color. And there was promo shots of an Infinity War Scarlet Witch, but it never came to pass. So a lot of people sought out Civil War Scarlet Witch after Infinity War and Endgame because she had lots of big moments there. Like Infinity War, she destroyed Vision, and in Endgame, she fought Thanos. And I think it was after that where people started saying, okay, we need to get the Civil War Scarlet Witch right now. But the thing is, with Hot Toys, if you don't pre-order a lot, then they're not gonna make a lot. So Civil War Scarlet Witch came out in a time where a lot of it wasn't possible to be, a lot of it wasn't really released. So it's a really hard to find figure. So how do you ask? Oh, Sandy, how did you find this? And it took me like 3 years to find, and a lot of crowdsourcing, and a lot of asking and posting and questioning, like, and calling up stores until finally I found a guy who was saying, "Hey, I'm willing to sell it for like BIB." So BIB is in the collector world is back in box, which means it was taken out, posed a bit, kept in a shelf, and then the guy decided to sell it and put it back in. If this is an MISB figure, I would have gotten it like way higher. I got this for 16,000 pesos, which is approximately 340. I assume I'm not very good with like converting. $340, which is a good price because this thing sells up to like $1,000 in like some states. Like $1,000 is 53,000 pesos, which is equivalent to like the first Age of Ultron Hulkbuster, and that figure is huge. But this Civil War Wanda I got it for a really good price. The seller was legit. He sold to a lot of people, and yeah, he was selling this also for a really good price. And I'm glad I snagged it right away because if I didn't, wow man, I would have had another hard time. So Civil War Wanda is one of the Marvel Grails. So the Marvel Grails are like Hot Toys that are really, really hard to find. So she's one of them. Another one of them is Vision, because Vision again never changed his outfit. So after Infinity War and Endgame, since he died in Infinity War, and he was only in Civil War and Age of Ultron, they only made an Age of Ultron version with Thor's hammer, and that's hard to find also. Another grail is Hot Toys Yondu, and I hope to find it because from what I hear from collectors, the Yondu is the best Marvel Hot Toys ever, but we'll see. So right now we're gonna move on to Civil War Scarlet Witch, so we can get her out of the packaging right now. So you have at the back Captain America's shield, showcasing yes that she was on Team Cap. You have Scarlet Witch there, the shield there, and Scarlet Witch at the top. Let's bring it out. Let's see what she has to offer. Now, Civil War Wanda is very different from Age of Ultron Wanda. She doesn't have that look anymore. She is different. She's a more comic bookish look. So I'll bring out the accessories that they need to be shown. Here. put her there. I will put the clamshell here. Put the plastic here so you can see her in full Hot Toys glory. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. I have to show. Stand here. Okay, so this is the Civil War Scarlet Witch. In my opinion, this is the more improved version because she is absolutely amazing. I mean, okay, again, the likeness to Elizabeth Olsen is really uncanny. Again, sorry for the lighting because I need to get a better ring light. And her outfit is also amazing. The thing though with this outfit is, the problem with this outfit is, it can be hard to pose because she is wearing leather versus the Scarlet Witch here, who's wearing just a skirt. But the thing with this is, she has no flaking. Like, I've had her for like 3 months, and hopefully I don't want to jinx it. But I hope she doesn't flake at all, because I've heard that she has issues also with flaking, especially in the pants. And she's also wearing a leather jacket. But so far, I've kept her in one temperature, and nothing has happened so far. Thank God. So she comes with the usual magic effects. Hold on, I'll put her on here so you can see. She comes with the usual magic effects. She comes with this. But she also comes with a new improved hex effect, so like you can have her holding the hex effects together. And the special accessory she comes with is this tiny Ant-Man. So yeah, the Ant-Man, if you can see, is supposedly Ant-Man was on Team Cap, so Team Cap has small versions of him as the special accessory, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's awesome, that. But in my opinion, this is the prime example of a comic book accurate, or a movie masterpiece, because Civil War Wanda is in her full battle regalia. She's posed well. I can have her have the hex effects on here, and it's amazing because you can have it like, oh, she's going to battle, which I think is really cool. And the likeness, as usual, is really on point. Like, I can really see her. I can see her in this. I can see Elizabeth Olsen in this figure. And that's what really Hot Toys prides themselves on. It's the fact that, oh, we have an amazing line of movie accurate, down to the bone marrow figures, which I think is pretty impressive. Now, is it without its flaws? No. The difference between the Age of Ultron Wanda and this Wanda is you can't really pose her that well, because she's covered in full leather, where this one was only covered in like a leather jacket. This one, like, she has leather everywhere, which hinders posability. Which sucks, yeah, I know, but again, that's how it is. In my opinion, though, the likeness and the outfit trump it. I can have this in a standing pose with the other Avengers, and it'd be awesome because she really stands out as like, oh, it's the Scarlet Witch. Now, do I want another look of her? Do I want an endgame look of her? Like, nah, I don't want an endgame look unless she has the red eyes from Endgame, but I'm not sure that's possible. They've constantly teased like there's a third Scarlet Witch, but I think it's only when WandaVision comes out that we will have a third Scarlet Witch. And if she is in her comic accurate suit, you can bet your right hand I will be pre-ordering that. So I mean, like, what more else is to say? I mean, like, it's a very quick review. If you want me to go more in depth, I can review this like really full, like really show you everything. But so far, this is a first time thing, and I hope you guys liked it. I hope you all enjoyed this very short review of the two Scarlet Witches that I have, as well as some other, as well as some other Scarlet Witch memorabilia I do collect. So hopefully you do like it, and yeah, Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.